I got guns in my head and they won't go. Spirits in my head and they won't go. I got guns in my head and they won't go. Spirits in my head and they won't go. I got guns in my head and they won't go. Spirits in my head and they won't go.
Popeye's chicken sandwich. Popeye's chicken sandwich. No! No! No!
Yeah, it smells like bananas. I am so surprised. I didn't even know what I was eating on my wedding cake. Okay, so I feed you.
Okay, and like that?
And you feed me.
But with which hand? Right hand? Or
Right
left
hand, yeah. Oh no! Oh no! Oh my god! It's banana cake.
It's good. It's okay. Forgive you.
Hey,
I got
that's
a
what
cake
you
for you.
get. That's what you get. That's what he gets for him. I get. That's what you get. That's what you get. How dare you? How dare you? How dare you cheat on me? Stop! I can't see.
Yep, Nikocado Avocado. Strap in because things are about to get interesting. What is up, everyone? It's the lucky one here. I'm just a lucky guy who's lost over 100 pounds this year. Didn't mean for that to rhyme, but it did. I don't really have an introduction, so the best way to introduce the video essay topic for this video is just to showcase the absurdity that is Nikocado Avocado, as seen in the beginning of this video. Nicholas Perry, the actor that plays Nikocado Avocado, has gained over 200 pounds doing his various mukbang eating shows, and at the time of this recording, Nick is around 350 to 355 pounds. A weight that I'm very familiar with, and if you can even believe it, a weight that I was earlier this year. Now, if you don't know who Nikocado Avocado is, or you don't know what a mukbang is, let me first elaborate briefly on what a mukbang is. A mukbang is basically a eating show. The trend was popularized in South Korea, and throughout the years, Nick has really bastardized the trend, and he has basically just made it to where the more food that he can put on display in his videos, the better it is for him because it equals views. Now, I say Nicholas Perry, the actor that plays Nikocado Avocado, that this is all an act, is because he is actually admitted to playing a character while doing one of his various mukbangs, of course.
I'm actually very educated, guys. I know in this train wreck on YouTube, it's all on purpose. You know, I'm an actor, okay? I went to acting school for 4 years. Like, it's different, okay? I'm actually a person strategizing what I do. I'm not actually stupid. I'll play the role of stupid because it sells, but...
So, Nick's plan is to one day hit 600 pounds and get himself on the TLC hit show My 600 Pound Life.
Dude, like you're
like
bad.
too fat to even exercise.
Dude, you're gonna be too big to exercise.
And what's the point? I'll be on TLC with my own special. That's the goal.
Oh,
I've
no.
already talked to people. I'm trying to work it out. My team is pitching different stories. No, you'll see. It's gonna be great.
Not sure if great is the word I would use. This act can only take him so far, and the health problems as well as the health complications will only get worse as he attempts to continue to gain this weight for his grand TLC special. Now, I remember at my highest weight that I had recorded of 394 pounds, my blood work had shown that I was pre-diabetic. The doctor said there was a high chance I could get gout, and my doctor also told me that in the near future I'd be on a dialysis machine like my grandma currently was. Now, even though I was basically 400 pounds, I am 6'4", so that's probably why I don't look as big as Nick does in many of his pictures. But at the same time, I don't accentuate my stomach out the way Nick does in his pictures. I notice he loves to do that, as well as wearing clothes a size smaller to showcase his weight and size to his audience. I'm not really sure I can relate to Nick there, because I remember when I was just at that really, really high weight, like over 375 plus, I'd always try to wear baggier clothes to sort of hide my weight, as well as just try to hide myself from other individuals. I didn't like to be seen. I didn't like to take pictures because I definitely didn't like the way I looked. I didn't like the way I felt and whatnot. I even used to watch a majority of Nick's videos during my own current weight loss journey. And I'm pretty sure that in the 5.5 months it took me to get under 300 pounds, I would tune into Nick's channel, especially whenever I craved the type of food he would eat on his various channels. This is actually very funny because Nick actually talks about in a video how people do watch him to lose weight.
As this is a joke, do you know how many people have overcome fear of eating issues? How people have lost weight watching my channel? Tens of thousands. I've had so many letters mailed to my attorney of people showing their before and after photos, saying this person I would watch on the treadmill every day, going for my daily stroll, my daily walk. Watching him eat junk inspired me to improve my life, and I'm forever thankful because nothing else has ever worked for me, and I'm 42 years old with 3 kids.
Nick, you are doing so good, but you just had to ruin it. Now, I'm not 42 years old with 3 kids, but I definitely do not recommend doing what I did, which is watching Nick gorge himself on fast food in order to gross yourself out from eating it. It's actually, if you think about it, very toxic, and I don't want to say that the ends justify the means. It's actually a very strange point in my life, watching Nick do that to himself. Why I decided to personally watch him is because I really feared that I would be overweight and obese again like he is right now, and that I would go back to what I used to be. Because I actually went from 394 pounds down to 297 pounds after those, from those pictures. But then during the pandemic, I went back up to 375 pounds. And right now I'm at a weight of around 272 pounds. However, I can safely say that I don't think I'll ever be at that weight again. I don't think I'll ever hit 300 again, because I've finally learned to love myself, and I've done a lot of just research and educated myself on food and on nutrition. And I can safely say that I've made changes for the better, and I wish to educate others who were in the predicament I was in better ways to lose weight. Trust me, you don't have to watch Nick. Even though many channels before me and many channels after me will continuously create videos on Nikocado Avocado. The reason that is because despite his now grotesque eating show along with his very obnoxious personality in tandem, you'd think no one would watch him. But he's just turned into a never-ending car crash, being broadcasted on the news daily, with no chance of it ending soon. He used to not always be like this too. I didn't watch his content before when he started out, but doing research for my own video here, I was very surprised because he used to be this nice, soft-spoken, talented violinist who loved to showcase that talent before his eating shows back then.
Mr. Noda. Hi, little sloths. Good morning. Well, actually, it's afternoon. I am coming to you with a lasagna. And this is not just any lasagna. This is a special lasagna that I kind of invented. Got the idea and I gave it my own twist.
But now he's just this cretin that enjoys humiliating himself, all for the sake of entertainment?
Hello, welcome to my channel. Hello, welcome to my channel. I'm wearing the wrong shirt for this type of mood. We're changing my shirt right now. We are putting on red for my emotions, because I look like a tomato. Sit you down over here. And don't say a word, don't say a peep. This is the wrong spot. I don't believe in salads.
You can see from the clips I've used that the amount of food as well as the quality of food has changed quite drastically. As for the violin, Nick actually explains to his husband Orlin Home the lack of him playing the violin as time has progressed.
Why don't you ignore the violin? Why don't you just... Because I told you, my fingers are too fat and I've lost all my skill. I've lost my... It's disheartening to pick something up. I've told you the reason, let me speak. When you lose a lot of skill and you go to pick something up again, it hurts. You know, I put years into learning 4-octave scales and learning all these hard passages and doing these orchestra stuff, and just to not even play a simple thing in tune anymore.
I can actually somewhat relate to Nick here. Losing the ability to do something that you enjoy because of your weight can put a huge damper in your mood. I'm a big sports guy, as you can tell from my wall behind me, and I used to actually play basketball in high school. Now, back in high school, I was also pretty big too, so I was definitely more of like the Zion or the Charles Barkley archetype type player, but I could still move around really well despite being big. But as time progressed, I couldn't move as much anymore, and if I tried to jump, it would really hurt my knees and my body, so I had to stop because of my weight. And losing those skills and becoming heavier, I turned to just playing video games all day and eating a bunch of crap all day. And of course, Nick has turned to eating and just being immersed in this character he's created, making sure a majority of his videos follow this trend, this soap opera type eating show, to keep viewers coming back, because you never know what he's going to do next. Is he going to do this, his Walmart inventory type opening? Is Orlin going to throw a cake at him this time? He actually would reintroduce the violin due to viewers frequently commenting about it in the comments, only to, well, troll us all and parody what he used to be able to do. I was planning on adding the violin snippet here, but it was just very painful to listen to, and honestly kind of sad that he would make a mockery of his talents like that. I do, however, believe the one thing that has changed for Nick is his taste buds and palate. The YouTuber Kiana Doherty has an incredible video she herself made on Nikocado Avocado, but I wanted to include another video she made. The video I am talking about, of course, is her video, "If you eat fast food, this happens to your body."
The more fast food you eat, the less delicious, more subtle, natural foods begin to taste in comparison, and the more fast food you crave.
Just try a little taste. I can't.
I don't know why, but I love that example so much. It reminds me of the Cartoon Network show Ed, Edd n Eddy, when they're chasing each other with the broccoli. Like, it's such a perfect contrast, an example of that show and I guess real life. This also applies to Nick. For a long period of time, he enjoyed foods that had those subtle and natural flavors, even on his eating show in the early years. However, since his diet now consists primarily of this fried food, the ridiculous amounts of cheese, and enough sodium in one meal that would consist of an average person's weekly limit, I would think off camera he definitely enjoys what he eats now, similar to what he eats on camera.
Check that out. Full of flavor, nice and fried. Ooh, that sriracha.
Okay, here I go.
Ew. Ew. Ew.
Now, I know we've established Nick as an actor, but I do believe part of him now probably dislikes the taste and texture of vegetables, especially when Nick in the past was someone who ate a lot of vegetables. I do apologize that you had to witness him eating with his mouth open like that, but I just really need to get my point across, and that was the best way to exemplify it. This I can also say for sure applied to myself. When I was at a higher weight, I didn't enjoy vegetables as much as I would have enjoyed something that was fried with meat or cheese for sure.
I love cheese, dun. I love cheese, dun. I love cheese, dun. Yes, I do.
I should briefly mention him, but Nick's husband Orlin is also in many of his videos, as you can see. And as you've probably guessed, or you know by now, the point of having Orlin on the channel is primarily to create this absurd drama, which leads to an equally absurd fight.
Stop my precious food! Stop my french fries! These were expensive.
Put them down.
These were so expensive.
Hell, the couple have broken up and divorced more in these last 5 years than I've had to take breaks editing, my hair. And Orlin definitely is someone who does not shy away from his very unique hairstyles. So I can't tell you what season we're on of Keeping Up with the Avocados, but I can tell you what Nick is up to. He's been using his time recently to react to new channels and their videos about him. Now, this isn't a new concept in the Nikocado Avocado cinematic universe, but with new and unique channels creating their own content recently on Nick, he isn't slowing down anytime soon. And I highly doubt Nick would find this, but in the rare case that he does, or that Nancy finds it for him, Nicholas Perry, it isn't worth it, man. Take it from a guy who knows where you've been. A guy who, for a long time, as an adult, has been obese. A guy who even, in my pictures, I was a Buddhist monk, and it was just such a weird experience because Buddhism, usually you worship this, large man, this deity who has, a big belly. But when I was there, I got fat shamed relentlessly. I mean, I heard it all, Nick. I'm pretty, you've heard it all too, but they would say stuff like fat panda. They would in Thai say un mak, kun un mak, which they would say very fat man. Look at very fat man. And they would say 300 kilo man, which 300 kilos? I mean, 300 pounds, I understand, but that's a little rough. They'd even say, I can't wait to watch this guy die. This is going to be fun. And they got something wrong in the head for sure. But take it from me, who had to deal with that in public. I had to deal with it in front of these people, not just YouTube comments. I took the high road with them. I've never gone back to that place. And then what's the point? What's the point of going back now with all this lost weight and dealing with them? Just take the high road, man. They're ignorant fools for sure, but I can't let them dictate my life and play that victim mentality. And I think a lot of people would support you if you did want to change the way that you did this character. If you wanted to just go on a weight loss journey, go back to being that incredible violinist, go back to doing sort of a normalized eating show, even though it might not be what people want to see, but you can always change and create content that you want to make, and then in turn people would want to see that stuff that you actually would enjoy making. I don't know. But what I'm trying to say is, you can go back to being Nicholas Perry, the violinist. You don't have to be Nikocado Avocado, the train wreck anymore. I mean, but yeah, it's all your choice. We don't know what you do off camera. We don't know what you do with Orlin off camera, really. All I can say really is Nick is gonna be Nick for the better or the worse in the future. And I mean, most likely we're just gonna get more of what he's doing right now, but who knows? Maybe something will happen and there'll be some great change. I can tell you one thing though, I guess, at least about myself. This was actually pretty cathartic to make. Comparing that guy that I was back then to the character that Nick has created now. Can say there are a few things there were a few similarities there for sure. Sorry if I went a little bit a cappella when things got a little bit heated talking about my own fat shaming experiences, but it was just such a system shock to me because this was me as an adult. This wasn't like I was like 10 or 12. This was like me at 20 years old and that happening, you know what I mean? So it was, sorry if I kind of like went woo. But anyhow, if you made it this far, thank you for watching. I primarily make videos documenting my current weight loss journey. I've lost over 100 pounds so far and plan to lose a little bit more. And yeah, thanks again for watching. Have a good one and see ya.